The following is a presentation of Muddy River News.
A great night's sleep starts at Harvey's Furniture. Check out the large selection of complete bedroom sets. And when it comes to mattresses, we have a full selection from Bemco, Spring Air, and Chatham & Wells. Harvey's Furniture. Our home, your home.
The Liquor Booth is your home for a huge selection of beer, wine, and spirits. The Liquor Booth has 2 locations in Quincy, 3520 Broadway and 1500 North 12th Street. The Liquor Booth, where it's always happy hour.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Daily Muddy. I'm Ashley Conrad, and joining me today is Michael Gaines. And Michael, you are the executive director of the Hannibal Arts Council, is that correct?
That's correct.
Well,
They've
welcome.
let me do that for 30 years.
That's awesome.
This month.
30 years this month.
Yeah.
You don't look that old. I don't want to
was a
say that,
baby.
but I was going to say you must have started early.
I was 25.
Good for you.
Yeah.
That's excellent. Well, congratulations
Love
on
it.
30 years. That's perfect. Well, I can imagine you love it because, art, of course, is just, it's special to everyone in their own certain way, but it also tends to bring people together.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah, doing programs in a lot of different disciplines, from kids programs to exhibits, lectures, luncheons, concerts, all of that. Like, it provides something in our lives that enriches us.
Absolutely.
And I think the fact that we can be in a position to connect audiences with artists of all kinds, and also the fact that we provide a venue for artists to put their work out there, their voice, whatever that is, and if they're willing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of artists and creatives in our lives, but they're not always willing to put it out there to the public. So to be able to give them that opportunity to shine, to come out of their shell, to have a voice of something that's inside them that they're willing to share, like, we get to do that.
Yeah.
Like, that's a pleasure.
Excellent. Yeah. So people have to express themselves in one way or another, but not only are they expressing themselves, but you're creating an opportunity for other people who may not be willing or comfortable to, of expressing themselves, to connect with people who are, kind of give them a,
Yeah, it's
that's really cool.
inspiring.
It
And
is.
what I like after all of these years is just every exhibit that we do, you have somebody who's never put their work out there. And I know the nervousness.
my gosh,
it's a
yeah.
big deal.
I
I
can't
mean, it's like,
imagine.
how are we going to be judged or whatever? It's like, it's not about that. It's like the fact that you took the time to do something creative, and then that next step of stepping out and putting it on the wall of a gallery, it's a big deal. And we're in a gallery that's very accepting. We don't jury a lot of shows. It's just like, if it comes in, if it fits a theme or fits an exhibit, an open show means anyone can bring in work.
Yeah.
And so we really do see, and we do 13 and up for our exhibits,
Oh,
not just
wow.
adults. So we have kids that are bringing in work. Like, say kids, I can say that.
Well,
13.
yeah, they're kids to
It's
us.
kids.
Yeah, for sure.
And,
yeah.
And adults, like, in their 50s, 60s, whatever, you see the nervousness.
can't
And we
even
usually,
imagine.
after all these years, recognize we know somebody's new, and just like give them that extra attention to realizing what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm going to put this
This is
up
big
on the
stuff.
wall. And I love that. Like, every open exhibit, and we have like 3 of those a year, we have new people.
Yeah.
And it's like so exciting for me, because like, we get to provide that opportunity. And an arts council or whatever nonprofit, if you're working in that realm, to be able to say, we get to do our job.
Yeah.
We get to do it.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So it's fun.
That is something that not a lot of people get to say. So that's very
no,
cool.
Not at all.
Yeah. And then, so you mentioned kids, and yes, 13-year-olds, Claire, you are still a kid. That's my daughter. So
Yeah.
she likes to think that she's an adult sometimes, but 13-year-olds are still kids. But for even younger kids, you have something that is very cool coming up. It's free.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good thing.
It's always good, especially in today's environment, right? We can
Yeah.
all use some entertainment that's free. Also for our kids, because school is still not back in session, so we're all looking for something to entertain
Correct. And
kids.
so to see your friends that
Yeah.
you haven't seen all summer.
Right.
Maybe. But yeah, our youth programming committee, it's really strong. We do kind of not every month, but monthly programs that are just like for 12, 15 kids come together to do a project. They're called Art Adventures.
Okay.
And then we have a holiday one that's big with like 80 kids. And then we have Wild and Wacky Art Adventure, which is really designed as a free Saturday morning for families to kind of create memories, work together on projects. And that's, again, another joy to see like a grandparent bringing a grandchild, or a parent-child. And to see the interaction and realize that I grew up in a really small town, but it had art programming. And I still have memories of like, oh, Mom, remember when we went and did that? You never get too old for that. You just don't.
Yeah.
So I like the idea that we're doing an event that even if the kids grow up and move away, that they're going like, oh, I got to do this really cool art festival for kids.
Yeah.
And it's it's for designed for kids 3 to 10.
Okay.
It is free. We have typically like 250 kids.
Holy moly.
Sometimes we've had 300.
Wow.
If it's 104, we don't, but we probably won't do it if it's 104.
Oh, like degrees?
But,
yeah, because it is outside.
It
yeah.
is outside.
Okay.
But
all
it's
right.
shaded in a park.
Yeah.
It's in Central Park. It's been going on, I've realized this week, it's been going on for 17 years.
That's outstanding.
And it was really just an idea of a board member at the time. He was an art teacher in the elementary school and said, we should do something on a Saturday morning free for kids. We had 50 kids the first year.
That's still pretty
and we
good.
thought that was amazing.
Yeah.
So let's keep doing it.
Yeah.
So we did. And it really, supply-wise, somehow it just works out. Like 250 to 300 kids. We planned for 300. And that's plus adults. So there's like 500 people in Central Park. And it's cool. Like in Central Park, we have the registration in the middle. So you see people coming in from the parking areas and you go like, oh my gosh, that's so-and-so. And they're bringing their grandkids.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
That was awesome. Now we have kids bringing
their kids.
their
I
kids.
bet.
And that's awesome.
Oh, that's very cool.
Like to have that intergenerational
Yeah.
aspect, because kids that age aren't going to come on their own.
Right,
So
right.
it's really designed that it's something that the parents are right there with their kids. And
Yeah.
like, how cool is that? Because on our phones,
Yeah.
we're just doing that ourselves.
I know.
But creative play and just being creative and doing that in a environment that you can work together, whatever
Yeah.
generation it is amazing.
Sense of community, sense of relationship, of course.
Yeah.
Those things are very, very, very important, especially in today's
That's the
world.
level
Yeah.
we don't talk about, and I'm not like, it's not that I'm not being transparent. It's like we talk about the program,
Yeah.
but underlying it are aspects that aren't just like really talked about enough, of the idea of sense of community, sense of place, community pride, intergenerational working together. Using your brain to create something. Is the projects are usually done to be like, if you're 3, you'll do it at this level. If you're 10, you'll be more involved in the project. So I do think the projects are well designed so that it is 3 to 10.
Yeah.
And it works. And so we have theme related projects every year. That's what keeps it fresh. It's not the same thing.
Sure.
So we've had 17 different themes. And within that, there are these projects that happen every year because they're like, you got to.
The favorite.
Have to do it. Masterpiece t-shirts, free t-shirt for every kid. So free.
Yeah.
So you're getting a t-shirt with a blank frame. So it's called Masterpiece t-shirts. So the kids create their
Like a blank
own
canvas.
design.
Yeah.
And it's a good quality t-shirt.
That's awesome.
We pay $8 a piece for those.
Well, there you go. Yeah. And it's something they can take home with them as a memory,
Yeah.
like you mentioned.
And
And
it's to see them at the grocery store, to see them
Yeah.
wherever you're out
Oh,
in
how
the
cute.
public.
Yeah.
To see them. And we have one person who works at registration. She's 94, and she has one from
there you go.
every year. So
Well,
you
and
never
not to
get too
mention,
old.
so you're never too old. And I know, you mentioned the kids playing. Let's not discount the adults playing too, because we all need some of that in our lives, right?
I think sometimes even in our other kids' projects throughout the year, we go like, we've adopted them for like adults.
Yes.
Because like, why should they have all the fun?
They don't get to have all the fun. Heck
Yeah,
no.
exactly.
No, yeah.
Sometimes we just need to be creative.
Absolutely. So, yeah, of course, this is going to be great. And it is Saturday, August 5th, 9 a.m. to noon at Hannibal Central Park. And it's free. It's, aimed at kids 3 to 10. Of course, if you're an adult, bring your kiddos and have some fun with
Yeah,
them.
definitely.
I think that's awesome.
It's definitely, and it's like, it says 9 to noon, but if you come at 10,
Yeah.
you'll still get all the projects
Yeah.
done. So it's not like you have to be there at 9.
Gotcha.
So it's kind of free.
Kind of like an open
free
house
flow.
typey thingy where you can come and go.
exactly.
Okay.
Don't come at 11:55.
Yeah.
and expect to do everything,
right?
but help clean up.
Yeah, exactly, right. Which you
do
can always
that.
use too.
We always
There
need
you go.
volunteers.
So aside from the Wild and Wacky Art Adventure, you guys do a lot of other stuff, and we can run through
Sure.
these real quickly. But
Yeah.
you mentioned concerts,
Yeah, we do
luncheons.
concerts. We have a jazz concert by an early 20-year-old student from Berklee School of Music, one of
Okay.
the most prestigious. She's a jazz composer, singer, and her grandparents lived in Hannibal, so she's coming back to the area from
Very cool.
Boston, and we're going to do a concert on August 20th. So we do jazz concerts a lot, classical concerts in the winter. We have exhibits every month except for the middle of December through March, just because it's
Winter, nobody wants to get out. Yeah, heck yeah.
but we always have current exhibits, so we're showcasing local artists, usually invitational shows where we go like, hey, Rebecca Butler, who's here in Quincy,
Right.
would you do an exhibit? So we invite her. And then the open shows are the ones where we have a theme, and any artist in a 50-mile radius can enter. Those are the ones we see new people. So exhibits are a big part of our programming, getting to showcase local artists. And then we have a special thing coming up, not till September, but an art history luncheon. That is where we take an artist, an art piece, or an art movement and dissect it.
Okay.
And fit it in a lunch hour. So our committee
Wow.
makes the lunch, and they're all
Yeah,
amazing
fantastic.
folks. So we have 30 minutes of lunch and 30 minutes of learning.
Okay, and this
about
is
an
presented
art
by
piece.
you.
This
Right?
particular year is going to be like I have a collection of Joseph Imhoff, who was a Taos, New Mexico artist.
Okay.
He died in the 1950s, and I own about 30 pieces of his work.
Wow.
And based on having one from my grandparents, got obsessed.
Yeah.
And now I have 30.
That's how it starts.
So we'll be dissecting basically his life,
Okay.
and then since it's in the gallery, which is kind of rare for us because we don't have Degas when we do Degas or Klimt,
Right.
but we do have 20 Joseph Imhoffs that the luncheon will be
Very
held in, so
cool.
I'll be able to talk about his work.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And so you always have, like you said, always exhibits. There's always something going on.
Yeah.
But if people want more information on what they can find when and how to get there,
Yeah.
how would they?
HannibalArts.com is pretty easy,
Okay.
and I kept it up pretty well. This is just redesigned actually with new artist work. We're
Nice.
featuring actually a non-artist, Austin Schultz, who's the manager of Dutch Country. He did an art piece with an artist in town at a program called Bad Art by Good People, where community people put themselves in a place where they'll create art and not be an artist.
Right.
So we're featuring his work for the next year. Our Facebook page, wherever,
Yeah.
whatever the media sources are, but our Facebook and our website are
Is
pretty
primarily
constant.
where you, okay,
Yeah.
excellent. Well, there you go. Lots of cool stuff coming up with the Hannibal Arts Council, but primarily the next event coming up, Wild and Wacky Art Adventure, which is Saturday, August 5th, 9 a.m. to noon. Go by and check it out. And yeah, in your 17th year, it's got to be good,
Won't
right?
charge you a thing.
There you go. And you get to take home a free t-shirt and have some fun with your kiddos. So
We
yeah,
have 6 projects,
There
7
you go.
projects actually that they get to do as well.
perfect. Well, Michael, thank you so much. I appreciate you coming on. Super nice to meet you. Good luck with everything.
Thank you.
Instant Replay is your local sports bar. With 18 big screen TVs, we have all the sports packages from college games to pro games. We offer daily drink specials, and come check out the Bullpen, our newly renovated beer garden. Instant Replay, 2739 Chestnut in Quincy.
Are you looking for the perfect venue for your next special event? Check out Utopia Event Center.
Utopia has a large banquet room and an awesome bar area, perfect for anything from birthday parties to formal corporate meetings. It also offers a photo booth, stage for a DJ or a live band, and a fully stocked bar, all for only $300. Check us out at utopiaeventcenter.com or call Barn at 217-430-6559 for more information. Utopia Event Center, 900 North 12th Street in Quincy.
Welcome to the Abbey, a Quincy tradition.
With 6 big screens, a new larger kitchen, and now more seating capacity, the Abbey is the place to be before, during, and after the big game. Come enjoy fan favorite appetizers, steaks, burgers, and a variety of daily food and drink specials. Can't join us? Carryout is available too. Now with a convenient drive-up window to better serve you. 1736 Spring in Quincy. Opens at 3 p.m. Tuesday through Sunday.
Come join all your friends at the Abbey, a Quincy tradition.
Muddy River News. Our home, our news. Muddy River News. Our home, our news.